Hi, I'm Larry Horist, and welcome to So There 'Tis. Well, we had a couple recent elections, Kentucky, Mississippi, Virginia, and it's never good to lose an election. Let's admit that. And so it's not good that we lost the legislature in Virginia, speaking of the Republicans. It's not good that the Republicans lost the governorship in Kentucky. Those aren't good things. But if you listen to the media, and I don't know why you would, but if you listen to a lot of the media, they're telling you that this is some sort of trend, a disaster. This is proof that the entire Republican Party is imploding, Trump is falling, and everything. And the thing that bothers me is the propaganda media, and I'm talking about outlets like CNN and MSNBC, and then, of course, there are panelists who come from the New York Times and the Washington Post and all that stuff. They all have one story: disaster for the Republican Party. Now, I've had to analyze elections for decades. That's what I did professionally. That's what my business did. And people paid me to analyze and analyze correctly. Not even analyze along partisan lines and say, okay, like the Democrats are doing, this is all wonderful for the Democrats. But there are other factors, and unfortunately, with the media that I just mentioned, you don't get to hear the other factors. You don't get to know some of the other things. For example, in Kentucky, the governor, Matt Bevin, was the most unpopular governor in the United States. He had the lowest favorables of any governor. They were angry with him. They didn't like him. Okay, that hurt him a lot, more than national issues, more than anything. But what also you have to answer the question is, if this was such a wave against the Republican Party, why did the Republicans win 15 out of the 16 major elections in Kentucky? Why did they win the Attorney General's office for the first time in 70 years with a black candidate? Now, every time the Democrats elect a black candidate, it is called breaking news, alert, stop the presses. The first black Attorney General in the history of the state. A Republican for the first time in 70 years. The Republicans did quite well in Kentucky, except for the governor. And I'm not making excuses. Anyone wants to win, and he should have won, and whatever made him unpopular, he probably shouldn't have done. Okay. But then you look at Mississippi. Mississippi elected a Republican Attorney General, a woman, for the first time in Mississippi history. A Republican for the first time in about 100 years. A major, major flip of a long-standing Democrat office in the middle of what the media would have you believe is a solid wave of Democrat tsunami stuff. Virginia. Now, anyone who follows Virginia knows Virginia is going Democrat. They are going blue. Now, why is that? It's because Virginia is being overtaken. The balance in Virginia is in northern Virginia. The old Virginia, the Virginia that Republicans do well in, the conservative Virginia, the Virginia that Republicans helped end the atrocities of the Democratic Party in Virginia, that Virginia is now being overweighed by bureaucratic Virginia. What do I mean by that? All those people in Northern Virginia, where do they work? They work across the barrier into the District of Columbia. They work for the government. That is a huge bureaucratic enclave. And as I've said many times, bureaucrats are liberal Democrats, by and far. So that state is being taken over by geographical shift. And that's unavoidable. Other states may be different. But the point I'm making is if you look at the proper analysis of these three states, there is a different story to be told than you're getting from the propaganda press. So there it is.